Greetings. Welcome, everyone. Before we begin, just giving everybody a minute to join us, I invite you to share with everyone who you are, your organization, which country you're from in the chat function on the Pathable website. And today's presentation, I will be talking about how digital twins can improve the health of Europe's oceans. And my name is Dr. Lindsay Burt. I'm a Client Solutions Manager for Xylem. I reside in the United States, and I partner closely with utility leaders to help them solve their most pressing water challenges and achieve transformative outcomes. At Xylem, we bring together our clients' data and experience with our best-in-class digital solutions and deep industry expertise to help unlock powerful insights on actionable guidance to drive value for the communities they serve. And so I welcome the opportunity to discuss how we can work together to drive value for your community. After this presentation today, feel free to email me or reach out to me on LinkedIn and we can discuss further. But now let's begin with the presentation. A lot of times we're looking at coastal areas, oceans around the world. We know they're suffering from many things. Severe weather is unpredictable in ways. Just in the last few months, many around the world have experienced extreme storm events and historic flooding, from Germany, Netherlands, to China, Haiti, and even right here in the US. Our oceans are also suffering from increased and excess nutrient loads, resulting in harmful algae blooms, fish kills, negative impacts to the fishing, tourism, and recreational sectors, as well as to public health and the environment across the globe. And these urgent threats are not some far off problem. They're upon us and they're growing day by day. So bottom line, the world must think and act differently about water. We need step change, and digital innovation is the answer. And when we're talking about nutrient loads, in particular, the sources of excess nitrogen levels in our oceans, there are several sources of nitrogen: agriculture runoff, urban stormwater runoff, burning of fossil fuels, collection systems, and wastewater treatment plants are all sources of excess nutrient loads. But the focal point of this presentation is to demonstrate how digital solutions can be used to optimize transport, storage, and treatment of wastewater collections and treatment process to reduce nitrogen loads before they are discharged into our ocean environment. And one thing I want to point out, oftentimes we're working with utilities, wastewater utilities, they are letting me know that there's no lack of data. They collect a lot of data, but it's about making it work for them. And a lack of system visibility could really hold a wastewater utility back from data-driven decisions. And so really, the key in the path is to optimize wastewater assets performance to reduce nutrients. You want to have that visibility in the network. That's critical. You're able to achieve enterprise level insights across your wastewater network. And then the next stage is to predict what is happening in the flows in the environment. And our environment is complex. And so leveraging decision intelligence can really help to optimize the system and extract more value from the existing assets and reduce nutrients. And then also being able to provide actionable intelligence to make changes to the system, which then can improve ocean health from the reduction of nitrogen loads. And this is really critical when we're going to talk about our project objective today. So in order for us to help improve Europe's ocean health, we embarked on a multi-sector partnership, which was undertaken to examine whether advances in data science and digital twins can achieve and change the real and perceived economics of positive interventions to reduce nutrient loads. And so I want to pause for a minute, because if you go back on the Pathable website, you'll see that there was a poll launched, and I want to hear from you, the audience. So before we continue, just want to give you about 30 seconds to answer this poll question. How familiar are you with digital twins? And so the responses are either I have never heard of this, or I heard a little bit about this before, I'm unsure, or I'm very familiar. So we're just going to give everyone a few seconds to look at the poll question and respond accordingly. And we're going to see what the results are. Oh, we're seeing it coming in. Really interesting. So far, we're getting a mixed response, very diverse. We've got 33% saying they've never heard of this, 33% saying they've heard a little bit. We don't have anyone who says they're unsure, and about 33% familiar. And I see the results are shifting a little bit. So now we're seeing an increase. I would say the majority of you all responding, saying you've heard a little bit about digital twins. And so that's great to hear. We're going to talk a little bit more today and talk about a pilot study we deployed leveraging this technology. And before we do that, I like to use this familiar analogy. If you do have a mobile device, you possibly will have a mapping app on your mobile device. And that mapping app typically have some type of digital twin and artificial intelligence embedded in it. So you put in a desired destination that you would like to travel to. It creates a digital replica of the geographical region. It shows you alternative routes in real time to get to your destination. And some of these mapping apps also be able to show you if there's traffic up ahead or accident up ahead. And with that alert, you'll be able to, in real time, reroute to get to your destination. But you as the driver are the operator, and you utilize those data analytics to get to achieve your results. And so really, what is digital twins? Why is it important to ocean health? You know, the concept of digital twin has been around since the beginning of the century. I think it was early, although the name was adopted later, Dr. Michael Greaves introduced the concept in 2003 at his University of Michigan executive course on product lifecycle management. Digital twin is a digital replica of a device or product that could be modeled to use in simulation and prediction of behavior. Digital twin represents assets from the physical world into the digital world. It also represents relative time data to mimic reality. A digital twin must be intelligent, interactive, immersive, a replica of physical assets. And this is really critical. And like I mentioned, we're seeing digital twin applications all throughout usage. And so from 2003 to 2010, digital twins were mostly used in product design and simulation. For example, 3D models. And now we're seeing digital twins include embedded and advanced analytics, such as machine learning, artificial intelligence, to provide in-process guided interaction. If you don't remember anything else of today's presentation, just keep in mind this slide here, that we can apply digital twins and real-time decision support on this approach of sense, predict, act. And sense is ingesting a broad spectrum of data, relevant data, whether it be hydraulic data, water quality data, weather forecasting data, any real-time sensor data, and bring all that data into one centralized platform. Predict is integrating advanced digital solutions and technical expertise to aggregate and analyze all that data. And this is where we really utilize a digital twin or digital replica of the physical processes. And to aggregate that data, we run thousands upon thousands of simulations utilizing machine learning and our digital twin. And then lastly, finally, the ACT process is to provide recommendations on the optimal next steps. Then that the operator is guided. So the wastewater treatment operator or the collection system operator is guided by the recommendations from the digital twin using cognitive mixed reality of the wastewater treatment plant and wastewater network. So now we know a little bit more about digital twins. What we did is we embarked on a demonstration project for Xylem, working with a global charitable foundation. We partnered with utilities across Europe to jointly assess the economic and environmental implications of digital twins and supporting the optimization of wastewater networks and treatment process to ultimately reduce nitrogen in our ocean's health. And so this consortium was conducted pilot studies on collection system management and treatment process optimization, using those digital solutions that I mentioned to achieve nutrient load reductions and energy savings. And so I want to just share with you one of our exciting pilot studies that we did. This is really interesting because a utility in the coast of Northern Europe was interested in digital solutions to reduce nutrient load in the effluent of their wastewater treatment plant directly into the sea. And they wanted to also evaluate the possibility of optimizing peak flows from the collection system to the wastewater treatment plant, because they had a bypass which is being activated at specific volumes, and they wanted to reduce the activation so overall treatment process was improved. And so our project approach was we set out to develop a treatment system optimization and collection system optimization based on historical data and digital twin technologies to improve water quality and ecosystem health within the ocean. We leveraged that data analysis, again, looking at historical data and any sensor data that was available. We looked at weather forecasting to determine when and where and how much rain is falling in the process of the wastewater network. And then also the data was then used to train a digital twin model to better reflect reality. And then these computational engines in the model digested real data in real time or on demand to generate predictive analytics. And as a result, developed a dashboard to look at the expected outcomes. So the focus here today was to look at reduced nutrient loads as well as reduce energy at the treatment plant process and ultimately improve healthier waterways. I want to highlight a little bit of our approach a little bit more and a breakdown of how we optimize and looking at optimization in the wastewater collection system network, and then I'll talk about the treatment process. So we first looked at, where we can maximize storage in the collection system to reduce the environmental impact related with sewer flooding and total nitrogen discharge by the collection system sewer overflow. And first, we were reviewing existing hydraulic and rainfall data for 5 storm events. And these storm events range from kind of typical storm events within a year to extreme storm events that were heavy rainfall events. And we completed a real-time decision support on a system initial design to reduce the magnitude and frequency of combined sewer overflows that would improve the capacity utilization and also reduce nutrient loads. And as a result, we were able to look at how we can visualize flow performance into the system, predict flows, and manage those flows into the treatment plant to be able then to optimize the treatment process. We also looked at, again, those storm events. We looked at several storm events. The blue indicates kind of a moderate shower that's typical in the northern part of Europe, around 62 millimeters per hour. And then we looked at 2 severe heavy shower events that were highlighted in red. And then also looked at some typical frequent storm events that are more moderate, from 3 millimeters per hour to 48 millimeters per hour. And then also we looked at, once we optimized the storage and minimize peak flows into the treatment plant, we looked at leveraging decision intelligence to optimize the process in the wastewater treatment plant. And so in this case, we looked at data from 2019, so 12 months of data within the treatment process, and we developed and trained a first model. So given the main goal from the nonprofit group to look at reducing nutrients in our oceans, we developed a first model ready that had a look and feel of the wastewater treatment process. So really this digital twin leveraged with neural network models. We did model validation and correlation analysis and also looked at expected savings from energy. And so such a treatment process optimization grounded in proven approaches married input data and plant models to provide analysis, insight, and control would have substantial direct environmental benefits, but also would substantially enhance the monitoring, reporting, verification capabilities essential to the development of market infrastructure for nutrient management. And so there are many wastewater treatment plants in Northern Europe that dose oxygen in such a way that nitrification is reduced in an excellent way to reduce ammonia. However, they're not really controlling total nitrogen effluent in a way that can improve ocean health. So by better balancing resources to balance nitrification to denitrification and reducing from a standpoint approach to load-based approach, we could reduce nutrient loads in the effluent and reduce energy at the wastewater treatment plant. I know that's pretty exciting, right? So overall, at this coastal utility in Northern Europe, we saw some really amazing results. By leveraging optimization and digital twin in the collection system and optimizing the storage and minimizing peak flows in the collection system, and then also optimizing the wastewater treatment plant, we're able to demonstrate reduction of nitrogen in the effluent by 30%. And then our client, our utility partners, were very much interested in how we were able to achieve energy reduction. So by leveraging digital twin and neural network models, we were also able to reduce aeration energy usage by 17.5%. That's pretty significant results for this pilot study. So what are the major takeaways here? In summary, we found that when you reduce hydraulic peak flows into the wastewater treatment plant by storing collection system flows and reduce aeration at the wastewater treatment plant, we can gain an overall improvement of total nitrogen loads in the effluent, ultimately improving the health of our oceans. The treatment process optimization reduced nitrogen by 30%, an additional 300 kilograms per rainfall when combining optimization of the collection system network integrated with the treatment system optimization. And these solutions will really, I believe, transform the way utilities manage the operation and maintenance of collection and wastewater treatment systems throughout remote operations. And so future additional benefits that we will be exploring with our partners is developing early warnings of upcoming load and hydraulic events in the wastewater treatment plant. And this will be able to prepare the plant by increasing decomposition rate. We're also developing how we can help the wastewater treatment plant and the sewer network be an active player of energy market. So there's a lot of exciting things going on in this collaborative approach. And I wanted to highlight kind of what our theory of change is for this project. Our team envisioned a world where utilities are empowered to make decisions on nutrient management that achieves both economic and environmental benefits. Receiving oceans show significant water quality improvements, and all people can live in a healthier ecosystem. Our work will catapult a business model to adopt digital twins and optimization tools to improve operation resiliency at the wastewater treatment plant and collection systems, and enhance monitoring, reporting, and verification, and improve the health of our oceans. This really will, again, transform utilities and how they manage and operate the maintenance of their wastewater networks. So really excited about that. And I like to leave because why can't we can't leave without having a call to action in World Water Week, right? And so getting a digital twin strategy to reduce nutrients from urban watershed to improve ocean health is a journey. But I recommend to start with sense, turning on the lights on existing data and leverage that data to use data analytics to understand more insights. Then develop a digital twin of your wastewater assets to optimize hydraulics and treatment process to improve water quality and receiving waters. And lastly, this presentation is a call to action to water stakeholders, including yourself, around the globe to work collaboratively to drive an industry forward. Bottom line, the technology to transform water is already available today. We need water stakeholders, industry, utilities, NGOs, researchers, policy decision makers, individuals such as yourself to come together to accelerate adoption of these digital solutions. So more water systems and communities they serve can reap the benefits. By sharing experiences and knowledge of innovative trailblazer like the utility in Northern Coastal Europe, we're able to advance dialogue around digital water and help build a movement. We have the opportunity of a lifetime to solve water and to change history. So join me and let's seize it. And if you would like to learn more on how to adopt a digital twin at your wastewater utility, or if you're interested in learning more about this specific project and how maybe you can get involved, please do not hesitate to contact me. I am available throughout this week. Also, you can connect with LinkedIn or email. And so again, I want to thank you for this time, this opportunity. We do have an opportunity, a lifetime to solve water and to improve the health of our oceans and to change history. So again, let's seize it. If you have questions, please feel free to put them in the chat function. I'll be answering them throughout the day. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us today, and have a great rest of your day. We do have a few minutes, so I was just checking the chat function and to see if there was any questions. Thank you, Danielle, for your shout out. So really appreciate that. And thank you, Ellen. I'm glad you found the presentation interesting. And again, if you would like to learn more, feel free to reach out to me by email. And if you are a utility in Northern Europe, and you would like to learn how you can leverage digital solutions to improve the ocean health and reduce nutrient loads, I would love to learn about your system and how maybe we'd be able to help. Atilia, thank you so much for your comment as well. And really appreciate all your feedback and the poll response today. I don't see any other questions. I was going to give everyone a few minutes. And I hope you learned a little bit more about digital twins. And so we appreciate your time. Thank you. It's such an honor to be here at Stockholm Water Week, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Great question. I see it. What is the cost of such digital twin? Really great question. And oftentimes when we're working with our utility partners, we like to take a crawl, walk, run approach. And so highly recommend, if you're looking to deploy digital solutions, to do the same. And so what we recommend is to do a discovery phase project. So for a nominal kind of pilot study, we can deploy looking at historical data. That will actually allow us to run some neural network models and to see where the ultimate return on investment is to deploy full implementation. So the costs do range depending on the size of the system, depends on how much historical data you have, if you have any real-time data, but we do recommend to start with a small step, which is a discovery phase. And that really will help you to develop a digital journey, a digital roadmap for your utility or for your community. If you would like to know more, please feel free to email me. We could talk specifics about your community and your utility and see how we can help you. So thanks again for that question. I think that's all for today. If you have any other questions, again, feel free to email me. My email is at the bottom, lindsay.burt@xylem.com, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you all for your questions and your interaction on the poll. Take care.